Alright, so I promised you another update. I'm a little bit late, but the cab, as you can see, is now sitting on the ground, or it's sitting on four corners there on dollies. But let me flip a light on here for you, show you around. I'll show you the frame. Okay, so here's the bent frame. You can see the CF5 tranny and the Cummins in there. But again, just to recap, the reason I'm swapping is you can see this frame is severely dented, or bent, I should say. Luckily, it snapped the bolt off here to center it, but it did not actually bend in my brace. So I'm going to reuse this tranny brace in the new frame over here. But other than that, I was pretty lucky, all things considered. But there you have it. That's the diesel sitting in there. Again, this is the bent frame. I'm swapping it over to this frame. And I have this frame. Both frames are turned going different directions. I apologize. But so you can see good progress is being made. So the next step is we're gonna unbolt the motor mounts and unhitch the drive shaft, and we're gonna lift the engine and tranny out, set it on the floor here. Then I'll take the transfer case out. Then I'll switch the rear end over to the new frame, and I'm not using this front end here. This is a Dana 44 drum knuckle, Dana 44 closed knuckle, which has drum brakes up front. Those were the reason for the accident, if you will. The drum brakes failed. So I have a 44 ball joint style out of a 77 Highboy. Anyhow, as I was saying, I have a 44 ball joint style front end out of a 77 Highboy, and that's the front end. That's the front end that I'm going to use over here. And then I'm going to go with the Hydro Boost brake setup. So, but it's a pretty cool look. I mean, this cross brace I made the same, exactly how I made that cross brace over there. So that gives you an idea of the space, I guess, if you will, that I have there. And then, of course, I like running the 78, 79 steering box. That's the setup that I have here, and that's the setup that I'll be using on the other frame. One of the cool things that I did on this too was, I know you'll see a lot of guys doing these Cummins in the Highboy, excuse me, and they do the hydraulic slave cylinder clutch setup, if you will. I didn't want that. I wanted old school OEM Highboy swing arm that I fabricated to work on the ZF5. Okay, so I have manual clutch in the girl. So okay, well, that's the update for now. I'll make some more progress, and then I'll give you another look.